you think I forgot? I'm sure some of you are watching the video this morning and wondering, when is he going to do it? When is he going to mention the Yentas? I know the lovely ladies on The View who just love Uncle KC so much. I know they were jealous. I know they were experiencing feelings of overwhelming bitterness. I know they were seeking the attention that can only be provided by the toxically masculine. Those tears that you saw this morning from son Hostin, Asuncion. She was not crying because her Lord and risen queen lost the election. She was crying because Uncle KC did not mention her in the video this morning. I thought I was his favorite. He always says I'm his favorite Yenta. Oh! Don't worry, Asuncion. Uncle KC did not forget about you. Matter of fact, it was the complete opposite. I decided to dedicate an entire video to the absolute stupidity that we witnessed on The View this morning. It was abundantly clear from the beginning that the Yentas were grieving this morning, although it was kind of weird because I didn't see the honorary Yenta on stage. I didn't see Mark Cuban, who now that he is fully in touch with his feminine side is choosing to identify as Martha. Martha Cuban was noticeably absent this morning on The View. Martha, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Martha? Many people were deeply concerned about the absence of Mark Cuban. And when I say many people, I mean no one gave a single fuck. My inside sources are telling me that Martha was absent from The View this morning because his career in the mainstream, it was laid to rest in the woke cemetery last night. And speaking of the woke cemetery, the ladies on The View, they were dressed in all black this morning. Initially, I thought they were dressed for an AC/DC concert, but didn't take me very long to figure out that the Yentas were grieving. They were deeply upset. Some thought they were mourning the political career of Kamala Harris. My inside sources are telling me that they were actually mourning the death of their own media careers. This morning on The View, the ladies laid whatever credibility they had left in the woke cemetery. The first in line to have their credibility eulogized was the great pretender, Alyssa the Farrah Griffin. Waiting patiently on deck, son Hostin. Now obviously the whoopee cushion, she had to go last. I mean, they needed her Category 5 boodle breeze to spread the dirt on everyone else's grave. What we saw on The View this morning, it was one of the most over-dramatized and one of the most severe collection of cases of OMB, Orange Man Bad, that we have ever seen. There were fake tears to go along with the fake outrage. The air compressors were working overtime to ensure there was enough air for the toxic mouth farts. Technicians were on hand to assist the whoopee cushion with the cranking of her leg. The boodle breeze was so powerful this morning, the toxic winds blew the extensions out of Alyssa Farrah Griffin's hair. It was one of the most pathetic displays of fake emotion that I have ever seen, and it further proves why no one, and I mean no one, trusts the mainstream media. You want to know why the media no longer has influence? Uncle KC is about to show you. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor for today's video, my friends at Patriots by Design. I receive hundreds of emails every day, and about once a week, I'll have someone ask me where I get these shirts. Yeah, me, fashion guru. For the longest time, though, I had a stitched American flag somewhere back here on the shelf, and people would ask me where I got it from. With there being so many woke companies, a lot of people, they are looking for brands that align with their values, brands that are patriotic. Doesn't get much more patriotic than Patriots by Design. One of my favorite items offered by Patriots by Design is their Trump wall art. Here's an example right here of the Trumper and Melania looking happy, which I'm sure is shocking to the mainstream media. Winter is right around the corner. Actually, it's almost here. Weather is getting colder outside. If your wife is anything like mine, she is constantly freezing. Hell, my wife is cold during the summer. Warm your wife up with a hoodie blanket from Patriots by Design. They also offer car seat covers for veterans that are available for every branch of the military. Free shipping is available everywhere in the United States. So click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL10. Save 10% off your first purchase with Patriots by Design. If cackling Cam Harris had won the election last night, I would have come on here first thing this morning and I would have told you the exact same thing that I told you yesterday afternoon when we did our preview for the election. I would have told you we are going to be fine. Will life be harder with the leader of the cackling choir running the country? Sure. It would damn sure be more annoying. I can't handle 4 minutes of fake laughter, much less having to deal with it for 4 years. If cackling Cam had won, we would have to get used to 4 years of having Tampax in the men's restroom, 4 years of sitting room only in the men's bathroom. Even though life would be temporarily harder, it wouldn't be impossible. Hell, we made it through the last 4 years of Johnny B. Biden, which were essentially 4 years of Commander Cam. If we can make it through that, we can make it through anything. What I would not have done if Cam Harris won the election, I would not have come on here and cried. I wouldn't have come on here making false threats about leaving the country. Did you guys see that report from Fox News? Last night, Fox reported on residents of the People's Republic of California threatening to leave the country if Donald Trump was elected. I refuse to live in a country where the president is an orange. I am taking my grocery cart and I'm moving to Mexico. Fox interviewed several buffoons who were threatening to move to Mexico if the Trumper won the election. I'm being told that close friends and family members came together and they bought the family doofus a front row seat on the first donkey heading to Mexico. But if Cam Harris had won last night, you wouldn't see me threaten to leave. You wouldn't see me over-dramatize it. I would have woke up this morning and it would have been business as usual. I can tell you one thing with 100% certainty. If Cam Harris won, you damn sure wouldn't see me acting like the women on The View. The ladies were dressed in all black this morning as they pretended to mourn the loss of their country. Now, as you guys know, the America that the Yentas are living in, it is completely different than the America that the rest of us are living in. The utopian America of The View, it is the land of rainbows and cucumbers. The land where men can be women and women can grow beards. The land where a man can walk into Planned Parenthood and get that abortion that he's always wanted. The land where prepubescent boys can achieve their dreams of becoming a professional dump diver in the WNBA. I put together a compilation of tears and fake outrage from The View this morning. Watch it for yourself.
We know now that he will have almost unfettered power. And so I worry, not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have.
White women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump, uneducated white women. So why do you think that uneducated white women voted against their reproductive health freedoms?
It would help if we could regulate social media, because one of the biggest offenders is D.C. and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations of social media.
I don't know what else she could have done.
I don't think she could have done more. I think she left it all out on the field. I think she raised $1 billion in 3 months. I think that she ran a flawless campaign, and I maintain that. I think now it's the time for us to work.
Now is the time for us to work. You know, I happen to agree with son Hostin. Please, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this is a rare instance where I want the Yentas to follow the lead, follow the advice of Dennis Allen. Son Hostin, Keep doing what you're doing. You want to know why Cam Harris lost the election? Besides the obvious reasons, of course, that Cam wasn't qualified, she's incompetent, her political record's a huge embarrassing failure, she is arguably the most unliked presidential candidate in the history of American politics, she selected a vice president who tracks his menstrual cycles, she was responsible for turning the southern border into the bruised caboose, and unlike the Butt Bongo Festival, complimentary preparation it was not provided to the southern border. It had to deal with the pain of a bruised caboose with no relief. Besides the obvious reasons, you know why Cam Harris lost the election? Like I told you guys this morning, Cam Harris was not the biggest loser last night. The biggest loser in this election, it was the mainstream media. The media is the reason that Cam lost. You heard, I can't ever remember her name, the blonde lady, Sheila, Sherry, Samantha. Who cares? It doesn't matter what her name is. You heard the anonymous lady in one of those clips begging for the federal government to step in and censor social media. Translation: they want to silence people like me. They want to silence Megyn Kelly. They want to silence Brandon Tatum. They accuse us of spreading misinformation. They accuse us of spreading propaganda, when the irony is they are the biggest offenders. The reason the media wants us silenced, it has absolutely nothing to do with the spread of misinformation. If we were lying, you know what would happen? We would be in the same predicament that the media finds themselves in. We wouldn't have an audience. And that's the issue. That's why the mainstream media wants us regulated, because independent content creators have taken away their influence. This election proved that legacy media no longer has the power. While deacons at Woke United Methodist might be down, they are not out. Do not be fooled into thinking that they are defeated. I'll give the deacons credit for one thing. They do not give up. They are relentless. Identity politics, diversity, equity, inclusion, mythical racism, misogyny, all that, it might go away temporarily. It might even go away for years. If J.D. Vance takes over for the Trumper, it might go away for 12 years. But that does not mean it's gone forever. The deacons will wait for the right opportunity, and they will try this again. But for now, normal people have taken back their power. Give me your thoughts on this. The ladies on The View have a complete meltdown pretending to mourn the loss of Cam Harris. Was any of that authentic? Was any of that real? Or was this just another bad performance from shitty actresses? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. Appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.